Hello there, we're here with Brett Jones.
How are you doing? You okay? Thank you very much.
How are you?
I'm good.
Very good. I want to ask you first, for the first question, for the people to know you, how did you start in martial arts and
So,
contact sports?
I was quite a quiet kid. I was very shy, very swill. So my mother was really worried about me. She thought that maybe if when I got older I could get bullied. So my mother put me into judo at 4 years old. So we done a bit of judo all the way up to the ages of 16, and then I discovered MMA, and I just liked the sport. So at the age of 16, I kind of was doing judo, but alongside judo, I was doing mixed martial arts. And yeah, the rest is history. We're 16 years later, and this is our 27th professional fight on the way.
Really interesting. So you came from judo and then you transitioned it to mixed martial arts.
Yeah, and it was tough, Obviously, as a judo player, I had a lot of throws that I like to do in judo, but in mixed martial arts, it didn't work as well. And so I needed to change some things up. I needed to introduce a better ground game and also better striking. And over the years, it kind of came together. I wasn't very good at other sports. I wasn't really good at judo, but I seemed to gel better with mixed martial arts. And yeah, like I said, I was yeah, I just that was the journey, and it was it's been a tough journey, but I feel like I'm now a more complete fighter, and I feel like I'm ready to show it on Saturday night.
Okay, really good. What can you tell us about your training sessions? How are they structured? What is your training routine?
Yeah, so like training's been over the years, it's been pretty straightforward. Twice a day, 5 days a week. Grappling, striking, wrestling, strength and conditioning, cardio. But this camp has been slightly different. It's been quite harder because of I've now had a daughter. My wife is also pregnant with our second child on the way, so it's been tough. And also, I'm back working a job now, so to work alongside all of that is quite difficult. But we managed to get it done. We managed to get it done. I've had a good camp. I feel really fit, if not the fittest I've ever been. And yeah, fight camps are always hard though. They're always hard. Like I said, I've done 27 of them, so I know how hard they really are. But I feel ready. I feel fit. I'm ready to go. The weight is good. At the end of the day, we were fighting a bantamweight for a very long time. So coming up to featherweight has given me room to enjoy the camp a little bit more. So in regards to diet-wise, the camp has been a little bit easier that way, and I haven't been injured as often. A couple of little injuries, but nothing major. And yeah, like I said, I'm ready to go.
As a veteran you are in the sport, what advices could you give to someone to avoid injuries?
It's tough, really. This sport is full of injuries, and it's also hard in regards to it depends on you as a person. I've been very lucky. I've had a couple of injuries, nothing major, small injuries really. The only big injury I had was my shoulder, which has been sorted out now, thankfully. But like fingers, toes, broke my nose over 10 times easy. Cauliflower years, as you can see. But I've been very lucky, touch wood, in regards to injuries. For other fighters, just make sure you're not training ridiculous. As a young fighter in the sport, I didn't train very sensible. I was training hard all the time. If I could go back in time, my decision making in regards to my training would have been better.
Okay, I want to ask you also something similar to what you said. If you could go back to your first competitions,
Yeah.
what advice would you give to your younger self?
Um, I would say put less pressure on myself. Maybe I was a little bit hard on myself. I wanted to do this, I wanted to do that, I wanted to train a certain way. And maybe it wasn't the correct decision at the time, but I did it anyway. And I felt tired a lot of the time. And I think looking back now, maybe I would have given myself a little rest really before a lot of them fights. But we're still here. We're still, I'm fighting for my third world title on Saturday night. So, I've done a lot of things right. But if I could go back in time, I would have definitely put less pressure on myself and any other fighters watching this. You should put less pressure on yourself. Yes, train hard, but it's not the end of the world. If you lose a fight, like if I lose on Saturday, the sun is still going to come up on the Sunday. So, life goes on. And for me right now, like years ago, fighting was the most important thing in my life. Right now it's not. My family is the most important thing right now. Yes, I'm ready to go. Yes, I want to win this world title. Do I believe I can win it? Yes. But I also, being with my family and, we fight on Saturday. I go home Sunday evening, and Monday I go on holiday with my family, and that's the real award here.
What can we expect from this title fight?
It's going to be a tough fight, you know what I mean? Nikolai's never involved in a boring fight. He's always been in good fights. Obviously my last performance was a quick performance. I'm not known for really being a first round guy. I'm always known for going decisions. So I definitely see this fight going 5-5s. It's just who is fitter and who can implement their game plan better. I think will win the fight. You know what I mean? And Nikolai is good, not someone that I can overlook. But I definitely think I could win this belt and walk away the champion.
And one last question, the popularity of mixed martial arts is increasing. A lot of new practitioners are coming to the gyms. So I want to ask you, first, give one advice to new competitors.
Yeah.
And also, what benefits have martial arts like jiu-jitsu, MMA, for individuals and for society in general?
Yeah, for anybody who's looking to start this sport out, it's look, on one hand, it's tough, it's hard, and only a small percentage get through the net and are able to reach the goals they want to reach. I'm very, very lucky. I feel like I'm one of them people who managed to reach the UFC and achieve a dream, and I'm very grateful for that. But also, you got to work hard. You got to work very hard. It's not an easy sport. Like years ago, people used to train once or twice a week. You don't get to do that now. You got guys, amateurs, who are training 2 times a day, 5 days a week, and
Yeah, the level has increased.
the level's
a lot.
increased. Yeah, of course. Yeah, and that doesn't go for like America. That goes for all over the world. You've got people in Spain doing it now. You know what I mean? And like I said, with the effect of Ilya Tripoli, the sport's only going to grow. And I just feel like it's a very tough sport, but if you're willing to put the work in, you'll get to where you need to go. Like where I come from in Wales, I come from a small village. So when people were like talking about MMA, they didn't know what the sport was, and we managed to get to the top of the level. We fought in Cage Warriors belts or PFL. I won 2 world titles with Titan FC and Cage Warriors. I've done everything I needed to do, really. I'm just here to enjoy the rest of the ride now.
And which are the benefits for overall people of martial
Yeah,
arts?
I just think in society in general, martial arts is a good way of keeping people on the path. We in the UK we have a problem with youngsters going out and committing crimes, and I feel like martial arts will put you on the right path. You'll understand, and it teaches you self-discipline. It teaches you respect. It teaches you to to work hard, and I like that about the sport. And there's an underneath lesson there where you can't see above the surface. You've got to be in there trying things out. You've got to win rounds, you've got to lose rounds, but you learn as a person yourself, and I think that's super important.
Thank you very much
Thank
for
you
your
very much.
time.
Thank you.
We hope to see your fight.
Thank you very
Oh,
much. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.